Hey, Risa here, and today I want to talk to you about committing to yourself. I have been inviting some ladies to join me in the at-home fitness programs that I do, and I keep hearing, I don't have time to commit right now. And I used to be one of those people that said that, so I know exactly where you're coming from, but I just want to point out a few things and tell you why you want to commit to you now and not keep waiting and waiting and putting yourself on the back burner. So, does that sound familiar to you, putting yourself on the back burner and not taking care of yourself? I basically did that for years. And I used to say I didn't have time. I have just too much to do. I don't have a lot of people. I know they take care of parents or other family members. And I did that for years. I kept saying that. I was a high school teacher. I had a full-time job. I didn't take care of parents, but I took care of kids. I had a husband. I had a family. I had papers to grade. I had lessons to plan. I had laundry to do. I had a house to clean. I had dinner to make. I had grocery shopping to do. The list goes on and on and on. I know that you know what I'm talking about. And I went on for years telling myself that I don't have time to get on that treadmill. I don't have time to go for a walk. I don't have time. So, number one, I sort of felt guilty if I took the time, and if I didn't do whatever my family needed first. I felt selfish. I felt guilty. And I didn't really understand how much I was harming myself and actually how selfish I was being to my family because they were not getting the best version of me. And the reason is because when you don't take time for yourself, you're not your best self, because when you're giving, your cup is totally empty and nobody's filling it back up. And honestly, you need to be filling it back up. Other people can add to it a little bit here and there, but you need to be filling it back up. And how do we do that? We do that by taking care of ourselves first. When you get on a plane, they tell you, put your oxygen mask on first before you help someone else. Do you ever think to yourself, well, if my kid was sitting next to me, I'd have to put theirs on first? Because that's like what we're conditioned to think. And what we're not realizing is, if I'm dead, how am I going to help my kid next to me? And that's really what self-care is. It's taking care of you first so you can be a better mom, a better wife, a better friend, a better everything, so that you feel good about you. And that's something I didn't realize until I was pretty much 48. And when I look back on my life and I look back at how much better I feel now, how much more energy I have now, what a better wife and person I am now than I was then. I look back at situations where I remember snapping at the kids or snapping at my husband. And I think now is, if I had been putting myself first and doing more for me on a daily basis, I just would have been in a better mindset, because that's what taking care of you does. When you start your day putting yourself first, so taking care of your fitness, taking care of your mind, like meditating or writing in a gratitude journal, or doing something for you, just you, focusing on you and improving yourself, it just starts your whole day in a better light. You are more patient. You're just happier. It just does wonders for you. So other things I just want you to think about are, think of the awesome example you're going to be setting for your kids, especially if you have daughters, by putting yourself first and showing them that this is a really important thing, is to always take care of yourself first. Because think about it, when they grow up and they have families of their own, do you want them to be run down and unhappy and overweight and unhealthy because they're doing everything for everybody else? Or do you want them to flourish? We want our kids to do better than we did. So this would set a great example, because then they're going to see that you making time for you first is a really important thing. And they're going to see how much happier you are. And they're going to realize that that's something that's really important, and you can make that important and have that conversation with them, so that when they grow up and they have their own family, they put themselves first. Always we should be doing that. And I mean, I understand there's some emergency and you have to skip your workout because of an emergency, but otherwise It's so important. So I'm inviting you to have a conversation with me and learn what is it that I do? What changed my life? And honestly, it started with my fitness because that's something I wasn't doing. And it might sound counterintuitive, but when you start finding something that you can do quickly and easily, just 30 little minutes of moving your body and having some fun, it just changes everything. It ups your energy, which maybe sounds like it wouldn't do that, but all my ladies, after just a week, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I have all this energy. They're just amazed. And it's really because you're focusing on yourself and you're doing something good for yourself at the same time. So I want to invite you to reach out to me. I promise I won't bite, but I would love to have this conversation with you because we have time for all sorts of things. You probably brush your teeth every day. Is that something that you can't commit to? Or do you always commit to that? I know it's only a couple of minutes in a day, but still, it's the same thing with your fitness. It doesn't have to take hours. I don't spend hours working out. I know people think I do, but I do not. I spend 30 to 40 minutes and that is it. And right now, the program I'm doing is only 4 days a week. So that's even better, but it's something I'm doing for me that's good for me and good for my health. Because think of this, how much is it costing you every week, every month, every year that you're putting yourself off? How much is that costing you later down the line in health bills and medical bills and what's the word, the pills I'm looking for, like, medicine that you might need, or what's happening to your body, or what you're going to end up with because you're not taking care of you. So make time for you, ladies. You have the time. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all have tons of stuff we have to get done, but we can all make time for ourselves. And honestly, we deserve it. You deserve it because you are awesome. I'm inviting you to join me. So reach out, comment below, or go to my at Risa Lynch bio and click the link to contact me. I promise I'm not going to bite.